Alright. What have we got going here? Okay, alright. Alrighty. Fairly close to start time. Alright. Alrighty, hold on here. We're just getting things all set up here. There we go. Hello, what's going on? Hey, Zaga. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, goodness. You guys have no idea what I've got in store for us tonight. Aside from 86 megs, so, you know. To which, I can't wait to open this guy, so, yeah. Let's see, I don't know where my skizzers went. Actually, I know exactly where my skizzers went. Unfortunately, I have to use a different set of stuff tonight, wherever the heck my skizzers went. Goodness. It always happens when I need a pair of skizzers. Give me a moment, pal. Guys, I need to go get a pair of skizzers. I wonder if Studio Series 86 Megatron could do the Skybound. No, it cannot. I know it can't. There's a one-way ticket to doing it, and you have to destroy your Megatron to do it. It sucks. Let me grab. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Had to get a pair of skizzers. How you doing? What's up, Gordon the Glowworm? How you doing? It's been a minute since I saw you. Alright, let's get this thing open here, because I'm dying to get this open. So... And I'm one of few people who managed to get this. So... just... Like this, at least in my area. In my area, I'm one of the few people who managed to acquire this. Specifically because when I acquired this, they were just putting them on the shelf. So, alright. Let's see here. Let's get this all going in here and started. Firstly, can I just say, it's been a minute coming to get this guy. We all waited patiently. Ever so patiently, we waited for this guy. And we all thought he was going to be, a really, really interesting tank, Or we thought he was going to be, they were going to actually honor it, do the Walter P38. We all thought he was going to, wow, there's some heft to this guy. Some nice heft to this guy. I don't hate that. So, alright, we'll pull that down. Alright, let's get this. Let's get the rest of his accessories out of the box. So, do that. And do that. Alright. That goes into the box. We don't really need this. Unbox this guy. So, I am glad that they did honor this guy, though, by giving him... him. So, they did not forget... Technically, they did package an 86 gun-related Megatron in box with it. So, don't forget that. So... The box is so empty. It is and it isn't. It is, but you gotta realize that a lot of the accessories are hidden off to the side to where you can't really see them all the time. And that being said, there is a couple of things we're going to be doing when we get our Megatron into all the cool stuff that's going to happen with him, because we got a fan mode that we got to work with. Oh wait, hold on. I think I'm supposed to place, yeah. Place that there. Am I supposed to be placing this on the other side? Don't think so. No, I guess I am. Guess I did put it. I guess I did place it in the wrong spot. So, all right. I'm just grateful that they actually are staying somewhat true to the actual 1986 movie. I've been just over the moon by the fact that they decided to even continue with the 86 line, because for a minute there they were acting as if, oh yeah, well they were acting as if they were going to cancel the line. So I'm grateful they didn't, because we have Megatron to thank for that now. So, oh, I apologize here. I just realized it's only me and Zaga on the stream. No, it's not. It ain't just you and Zaga on the stream. We just need people to comment, to which, by the way, if you do comment on the stream, you do get shouted out. So please do not forget to do so. And if you want to be part of more streams like this, you can subscribe for more content, because we definitely do these streams once a week. Once a week we do them, except for when we do the stream for... which is the next one. The next stream that we do is going to be really large. So, yeah. The next stream that we're doing, we have Mixmaster and Scavenger. Believe it or not, I actually found Mixmaster out in the wild. So, hey, what's going on, Ace the Fisherman? How you doing? So, Mixmaster I found out in the wild. This guy I ordered from Amazon. And Amazon beat the crap out of my packaging. I'm not real too thrilled about that. But you know what? I've dealt with worse. And I don't feel like going through the return process of dealing with this. So, yeah. But anyways, we have that for next week. And then for the week after, or the week after that, the week after that, we have this guy. So I did manage to score this guy. So I managed to score him before he became $45. So, yeah. Yeah, they do that sometimes. I've gotten beat up packages. You know what's sad? That's actually the first one that I've gotten from Amazon that's been that way. Comment your experiences down in the comment section about your experiences with Amazon, TF Safari, what was it? Big Bad Toy Store, Hasbro Pulse. Drop your comments down below about your least favorite stories that you've dealt with from them. Speaking of Megatron, which one should I get? I don't have one in my collection yet. This one. Right here. This one. Studio Series 86 is the definitive cartoon accurate Megatron. And I'm only saying that, actually I'm not only saying that. I'm partly saying that because I'm holding it, and you'll notice it fits and scales perfectly with this guy. However, I think it's hilarious that his future self shrinks. So, yeah, I just realized that the classic G1 Megatron figure shooting feature thing is below his crotch. Yeah, it was supposed to be. Yeah, I mean, that's why we all call him, Happy Trigger Crotch, So, but no, that's why we call him good old Trigger Crotch, because in the original G1 toy, the trigger for the gun mechanism ended up happening to be underneath in his crotch area when the original toy came out. So, but I do have the Commander class version Prime, and I do have the Leader class version of Megatron now, so it is not that big of a deal now. I'm going to get this guy into tank mode, because tank mode is key. And there's actually a fan mode that I want to try before we do anything into normalcy here. So, I gotta remember how this works here. So I'm going to ball up the fists, properly. And by the way, if you guys have not watched the MGO review, then I highly suggest you do so, because I'm gonna be real with you, MGO's the only reason why this channel survived the way it survived. So, I'm not gonna lie. MGO has been saving YouTube channels for years. So yeah, please don't forget to check him out. I mean, and if you guys aren't already, so yeah, there's that. That goes that way. That goes that way, and that goes that way. That all clips in. And... all right, how do we? I forgot. Vaguely. Oh, that's right. Gotta do this. Yeah, there we go. That's how we do it. That's better. And oh, come on. Okay, this is slightly annoying. Ah. Let's just rotate that all the way around like it needs to be. Let's flip this guy's head all the way down below. No, don't need that there. I need... So, also, for people who are doing, or getting this Megatron, be aware, there is some issues with certain copies of Megatron coming without this little panel underneath it. I don't know why. I can't tell you. I'm not Hasbro, but I have been seeing posts online that this little metal flap here sometimes does not come with it. So, no, fan mode does not mean gun. There is no gun. So, yeah. Hold on. I have had like 3 beat up packages from Amazon. Tell me which figures, man. Tell me which ones. Let's get this rotated all the way around. Yeah. Tell me which figures, man. There is... okay, that's where that's gotta go. So, but let's get this properly seated. Okay, there we go. Yay. Hooray. That was surprisingly annoying. Alright, there we go. So now that we've got all of that started, now I can get all of this. Fan mode does not mean gun. There is no gun. There is no gun mode for this guy. Unfortunately, Hasbro sneakingly and deceptively made this figure non-transformable to a gun. And if I get well, not like I'm monetized anyway, but if someone's got a problem with me saying the word gun, y'all need to get your ears checked. It's a word. Get over it. It's a word. It's a word. It's a word in the English language. And it's a word in the English language that we happen to use frequently in certain terms. So, yeah. I lift this up. Flip this all the way out. This all the way inside. And then... Jesus. Super annoying. Alright. Okay, well, that's gotta go like that. There we go. There's the tiny pegs. No, don't do that. Come on. Okay. Alright. Jeez, wait. Arrgh. This does not want to stay tabbed in, apparently. So, I'm not going to tell you which Megatron is better to get, but I am going to tell you this one's definitely up there for the versions of Megs that I would 100% be on the lookout for. So, And again, you totally cannot be on the lookout for this guy too if you don't like it. So I personally think this one's the definitive Megatron that you should get a hold of if you are able to get a hold of it. Don't like I said, the only reason why I was able to get a hold of it was because I just happened to be right there when golly, this is so stinking annoying. Okay. I have to concede. I have to concede. It's time for the instructions. I have to concede as to getting him into tank mode. I gotta concede as to what I'm doing wrong. It would appear I'm not doing anything wrong as it stands, but I need to make sure I am doing something completely stupid before... Nope, it doesn't appear like I'm doing anything stupid. So, I think I'm going to get that one. Yeah, it's pretty good. The one movie set. I'm sorry you have that problem over there in Indonesia, dude, my guy. Oh, I know what the issue is. Okay, I missed a step. That's my problem. That's my problem. I forgot about this step. Come on, you. There we go. Pop that over. Flip this up. That's better. That's where I screwed up. That's where I cocked up. That's where I cocked up. It's where I cocked up, ladies and gentlemen. It's where I cocked up. So, yeah. But there we go. That's better. Now I know this will work out a lot more fluent. So let's get that in there. That's better. That's much better. Much better. Alright, so now that we have all of that taken care of, we can fold this in. And then we fold these up into each other like this. Or, yeah, like that. So then this goes in here like that. And then we fold up. Yerk! Fold this back in on itself like so. And then we make sure all of that stays put. And then this kind of all has to fold down on itself. So there we go. There's that. Golly, that was a freaking nightmare. And now we get to deal with the next nightmare. Hooray! So anyways, oh, I also have a green car from Age of the Primes that I can't get transforms. That would be Age of the Primes Waspinator? Or Wasp? It's the animated Wasp mold that they basically reused for pretty much... Well, they reused it for they had the mold for animated Bumblebee, but they decided, well, everybody knows about animated by this point, so we might as well just release animated Wasp. So that's what they did. Golly, this is freaking a nightmare. Come on, peg in and stay pegged in. Ugh. There. Feel slightly better about that. There we go. That's better. Now we can get that right there. Tank. So, and then this. There we go. And then this is supposed to... This part of the gun gimmick, I really don't care for. I think this is kind of stupid. But then again, I didn't design this, so... There's that. And we can take this, place that there. We take this, place it here. And there we have tank mode Megatron in his tank mode. Hooray. 86 megs in his tank mode. I do like this, but there is a fan mode that I do want to give a crack at first. And I do believe we have to rotate the arms all the way around. Rotate this turret in like so. Basically, you have to make sure everything is in properly. I think we get to no? I can't remember how this fan mode is supposed to go, but the gist of it is you're supposed to open up this, flip the hand out, and close this back up. You're supposed to take this. Jeez, we're supposed to do this. Come on. Why does this thing not ever, ever, ever want to stay in place? Well, then again, I suppose. There we go. Okay. So that goes like that. But basically, the idea is that you're supposed to straighten this out somehow. I think it's this is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, something like this. Something like it. And then you're supposed to take this, and you're supposed to just plug it in right there. There we go. This is the fan mode that I was referring to, because you can turn it into something that actually does look like this. So sorry about this. Hold on here. Does that count as parts forming the gun one? I don't know. Actually, I'm fairly certain. Yeah, it is. I'm fairly certain you're right. So, that's it. I couldn't remember his name. If I did get him, I have a feeling he joined Skybite and Wasp in the hard to transform section. Well, he could be, but if you've subscribed to my channel, like I'm fairly certain you've done, we're gonna do a review on this guy. So I mean, there's gonna be a review coming for this dude sometime in the near future, probably sometime next week. And when we do the review for this guy, then we'll show off I'll show off the fan mode and in tank mode. I'll show off the majority of stuff that needs to be shown off, and then come on you. And then afterwards, then we will discuss the other stuff. So, but no, I'm stoked for this week's. I'm stoked because I get to unbox this week, and next week I get to unbox like the final bits for Devastator. Because if y'all know, I did get my Studio Series. I do have everything for Studio Series 86 Devastator. So, of course, I don't actually have a section for hard to transform Transformers. That was a joke. Yeah, I do get that. It looks like that one small tank from World War II. Yeah, I think that's what he's supposed to look like. I wish it was possible to turn it into a gun, though. That would be so cool. I do agree. I do agree. I wish it was a gun, but unfortunately, it's not gonna. And I highly doubt that there's going to be a third-party upgrade kit to turn it into a gun. I'm fairly certain that if you want this, this is going to be the definitive Studio Series 86 Megatron. And, I mean, you also do have the, the Fans Toys Romulus. You do have that as well if you're really passionate about your Megatron figure being, a Walter P38, which, again, I get that. I was one of those people. I was one of those people who wanted a third-party Megatron for my Studio Series 86 collection. But then they decided, well, we can't really do Studio Series 86 Megatron, turning him into a gun. We're going to turn him into a tank. And this is what they came up with, which is, again, not a bad idea, But I also do appreciate, once again, that they did give us tiny version of Megatron that is parts effects compatible. So if you do have your effects parts, you're fine. So there's no problems in that area. So, but yeah, this is effects parts compatible. That much I know. The barrel is effects compatible, but I do know that there are going to be issues with it. So, yeah. That being said, if you guys haven't subscribed already, please don't forget to do so, because we have, like I said, many more things to come. So please do not forget to subscribe. So, but that being said, next week's live stream is going to be Scavenger, and it's going to be Mixmaster, and after that, then it's going to be Devastator entirely, and then after that, then it's going to be this guy because we have an affinity for the Cybertron universe in this household. So, yeah. So. We'll keep the stream going here for a little bit. So, anyways, how's everybody's back to school going, huh? Getting back into the swing of things, getting back into your academics, learning. The 2 Constructicons are going to be next week. Yes, they are. They are going to be next week. They are going to be next week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Ah, you go back after Labor Day. You must be a West Coast student. So, but no, I totally get that. Going back to school after Labor Day. That's fine. That's fun. You know, get some more fun, get some more summer fun out while you can. So, that, by the way, that's next week. So you got about 4 days left, my friend. You got about 4 days left to get all your fun summer activities done there. So, but yes, it is 8 p.m. MST. 8 p.m. MST. You are absolutely correct there, Gordon the Glowworm. I go to you go to, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to assume it's a Christian private school. So, so, you go to, oh, you're in Columbus. Okay, so you're in Ohio. All right then. So you're on the east. And I've been through Ohio a few times. It's a pretty nice place, depending on where you're at. I went through Sandusky, and I went through Sandusky, and I went through, let's see, where else did we go? It started with a T. I can't remember exactly, but it was like towards the south of Ohio. So, sorry. I had something stuck in my throat. So, how far away is Columbus from Weir, Kansas? I'm not in Kansas, but I don't know. That's a great Google question. That's a great question you can ask Google that I know it'll give you the answer for. So, but no, I'm just so stoked about this. You guys have no idea how happy I am to finally have a Studio Series 86 Megatron to go with my Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. Like, I can't even tell you. And then to add on top of it, I have a feeling that this guy's gonna get a re-release in the Studio Series 86 line. I just have a feeling. But I feel like he scales so perfectly well with everybody. Like, I just can't complain. And before anybody says it, no, Hot Rod did not kill Optimus Prime. He did. We all know it. He did. So, I think I'm going to try and figure out a way to turn him into a gun when I get him. I'm going to tell you it's impossible. It genuinely is impossible. I've seen so many attempted configurations. It's hilarious. Speaking of Hot Rod, you just put on the screen, which one of him should I get? Yo, what is up, Lemon Lime Studios? If you guys don't know who Lemon Lime Studios is, he is an OG fan to the channel. Welcome back to the live streams. How are you? But this is actually not Hot Rod. This is actually the Kingdom Rodimus Prime. And this is the Commander class version. So yeah, the GOAT is back. Yeah, I wouldn't call you the GOAT, but I would call you an OG. Okay? I would call you an OG. So, but anyways. No, I'm very pleased to have this guy to sit next to this guy, and when we get that guy into robot mode in the next live. So, sorry, I've been doing school. I meant you by well, thank you. You didn't have to say, you didn't have to give me such a compliment. You didn't have to give me such a compliment, but you truly are one of the OG fans to the channel. I am going to definitely say that for sure, Lemon Lime Studios. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. You're a true G. So, but anyways, that being said, Optimus Prime was not killed by this bloke. And not to mention, that being said, did you guys end up seeing the, what was it, the Chinese exclusive version of Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime? To which, that was lame as hell, man. What on earth was that? That was lamer than lame. Like, seriously, I feel like exclusive just means, let's put a little bit of extra paint on it and call it a real deal. So, thank you. Thank you, Lemon Lime. Thank you, Gordon the Glowworm. I appreciate that. But no worries, no. And that being said, how are your studies going, Lemon Lime Studios? We're just getting on the subject of school. Gordon the Glowworm doesn't go back until next week. I don't go back to school till January. So, yeah. And take note, I am not a high schooler. I'm not in a private school. I'm in a community college. So it's nothing like what you guys are doing. So, but Hot Rod did not kill Optimus Prime. He killed Optimus Prime. Okay? He should have killed him. I'm gonna be real with you. Get out of here, you stupid fly. This guy could have killed him on many occasions and failed. So, good. It's going good. It's your second week. That's awesome. So, but no, Gordon the Glowworm. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're referring to of that. But anyways, so the Chinese exclusive Studio Series Optimus Prime, to which, by the way, do you want to know how you could get this thing or how to get this thing? This is hilarious. How you were able to get the Chinese exclusive, which was the battle damage, which, FYI, there was zilch for battle damage. That just meant We're going to give it a slight fade on certain things. We're going to give it a black wash. Well, what else can we do just to milk this out even further? The only thing they did was paint the damn matrix chamber. That's all they did. They painted the matrix chamber and we're like, yeah, that's battle damage. That works out just fine. Said no to the Chinese exclusive. I have not said. Okay, so for those of you who are unaware, the Chinese exclusive for this guy is ridiculously stupid in terms of the fact that how you get it, and by the way, how you had to get this guy was, or not this guy particularly, this is the regular release. You could go get this guy on Hasbro Pulse right now if you really wanted to. Or not Hasbro Pulse, Big Bad Toy Store, excuse me. But if you wanted to get the Chinese exclusive Studio Series 86 Battle Damaged Optimus Prime, you had to buy, I think it was 50,000 yen worth of Transformers at the convention. And take note, they only had like 300 or something of them. So there was not very many that they were willing to sell and or and were able to get rid of. So it was like a little bonus prize for you if you bought over like I think it was either I think it was 50,000. I think it was 50,000 yen, which, by the way, is like ridiculous in American dollars. I think it's like $5,000. You have to spend like 5,000 USD in order to get this guy for free, which is cool, but a really big waste of money if you ask me. So just saying. Anyways. So just the matrix of leadership is painted. That's really stupid. It wasn't the matrix itself. It was the matrix chamber in his chest. So here, let me pop this open here. So as you can kind of see, it's basically all just red plastic in here. Well, the Chinese company that decided to, I might get the knockoff because I have the Megatron. Which Megatron? I don't know which one you're referring to. But basically for this figure, this whole red bit that's just red plastic, they basically painted this entire bit. They painted the inside of the windows, gave the whole figure a black wash. I think they might have added a crack to his battle mask, and that was it. There was no like extra additional like attach on part where it would have shown where the sword would have basically gone through his abs, and now I'm talking about this. But 86 Megatron, you pre-ordered him. I feel sorry that you pre-ordered him. I really do. But yeah, that's even more. Yeah, I'm not even joking, dude. It's even more. The more I try to explain it, the stupider it gets. So seriously, if you wanted that Chinese exclusive, which was hardly an exclusive that I could literally qualify as, oh, this is a brand new Studio Series figure, I seriously couldn't even classify it as that. Because if you're going to release that figure as the definitive Studio Series 86 figure, then why would you have the Commander class version exist? And not to mention, I've seen the leaked listings. I got my money back, so I saved $10. Funny. It sounds like it would be cool, but it's not worth the 50,000 yen. 50,000 yen. So I got my money back, so I saved $10. You $5. Yeah, I just don't deal with pre-orders anymore because take note, GameStop ruined my taste for By the way, if y'all wanted to know the status of what this was going to be at GameStop, this is still on back order. You won't be getting that until December. So, GameStop, massive L. So, anyways, but yeah, the 50,000 yen. It's not worth. It was not worth buying. Oh, well, here's the thing though. I pre-ordered him on Amazon. I would feel sorry for you in that regard, but at the same time, I don't feel sorry because you pre-ordered it on Amazon, and Amazon, to my knowledge, has a decent what is it? It has a decent what's the word I'm looking for? Like your package actually arrives. So, but basically, they basically just have it. But yeah, no. My thing is if you're gonna do that, and by the way, we know there's going to be a battle damaged Optimus Prime, and we know there's either going to be a battle damaged Megatron, and or there's going to be a what is it, or a cell shaded version of this guy and a cell shaded version of this guy, and they're gonna release this guy in the leader class scale just by himself. So, what do you think of 86 Megatron? I got him on August 4th. Oh, um, so you could easily make that by buying that and doing what you explained. It looked like give the figure of a black wash paint on the inside of the Matrix of Leadership holder, and bam, you have the figure. Pretty much. The only difference is that they actually painted some of the tech and stuff inside the actual figure. So, but like I said, I wouldn't pay over 5 grand to get this guy for free. You know, there's a toast hair, but I wouldn't pay 5 grand to get this guy for free and then have to deal with the whole, well, I have this guy, but what am I going to do with it now? And from what I understand, from what I'm understanding, and by the way, we will get to what you mentioned there in a moment, Lemon Lime Studios. But from what I understand is that they're going to release another version of this guy, battle damaged, next year, and they're going to release another version of this guy, but they're going to release him cell shaded because next year is the 40th anniversary of the studio of the Transformers the movie release in 1986. So there, that's the 40th anniversary for that, and at the same time, they're going to release damaged version of this guy, cell shaded version of this guy for the release. So I'm I'm not sure what's gonna happen, and at the same time, I have a feeling they may do a 2 pack of these guys, which honestly would be really cool. I really think that would be cool. But I'm gonna keep my figures. So, but anyways, here. So what do I think of 86 Megatron? Okay. Um, Man, I really do like this. I like the way that they had to re-engineer everything in order to make it into a tank, and I do like the fact that they did a really good job. I don't think they skipped out on everything. So yeah, I think it's got some issues, and it's mostly to do with the turret. I can't really think of many other things that could be really the issue. And FYI, to all of you people who said that this guy was going to be a retool of this dude, shame on all of you. Shame on all of you. So, anyways, I love him. He's amazing. One of the best in my collection. I agree. I definitely agree with you on that one. Um, so yeah, but that being said, to the people who thought that Studio Series 86 Megatron was going to be a retool slash reissue of this guy, you all need to go, sing 10, you need to say your 10, say your Hail Marys, cross your hearts, and go study your Bibbles, because this guy is in a league all of his own. This guy is in a league all of his own. That I am so disgusted people thought was going to be this. Okay? This guy's great on his own. This guy is great on his own. Why would you even think this is going to be him? I'm waiting for an answer. So, but anyways, we will continue on with this conversation, maybe possibly another day on that one. But anyways, yeah, shame on them. Both great figures. I do agree. They are both amazing figures. This guy's amazing just as he is, and this guy's amazing just as he is. So, I can't complain about that. It's wonderful the way that Hasbro makes their mind, the way that Hasbro and their minds work. So, yeah. Alrighty. Well, let's see here. We can keep the stream going for another few minutes here. So, yeah. Top 10 2025. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. He's definitely on the top 10, but he's going to be in the Age of the Primes category. He's going to be in the Studio Series category, so That's where all that's going to go. And at the end of the year, it's going to be quite a it's going to be quite the lineup. So, once again, the black one is really cool. I think I said that in the first stream I was on with Skybite. I don't remember. I don't remember if you said that or not. But like I said, it's been a minute. So, but if you did say that, hey, that's cool. I mean, Megatronus Prime. That's Megatronus. And if you are unaware, and if you haven't seen Transformers One, yeah, I can't wait for the Combaticons. I'm not really a fan of the Combaticons. Me personally, I looked at the Combaticons, the aerial bots, the Stunticons, and what I'm fairly certain the next combiner is gonna be the medical bots. Uh, I don't I don't really care for them. Take note, it's not that I don't think they're good figures. I think they're great figures. I even have reviewed some of the aerial bots, and some of the Stunticons. I've reviewed some of them. They're good figures. However, I personally cannot justify myself buying a commander class and four deluxe classes just to say, "Oh, I have this figure." I can do that for Devastator because it basically is a different figure and a different deal, different combiner, totally different. Everything with him is totally different. So, Combaticons, I have what the plane. Yeah, the plane hasn't shown up yet, so you've got the helicopter, which is Vortex. That being said, if you guys haven't seen, Age of the Primes Wave 2 stuff is starting to show up in stores. From what I understand, Skybite's the hard one to get a hold of this time around. So, I don't know. But anyways, so there is that. I love Vortex. Yeah, but no, like I said, I personally can't justify myself buying four deluxe classes and a commander class that is already scalped to high heaven. And if you really wanted to get a hold of one, you would have had to do so through either a pre-order, or you would have had to do so via like, "Oh, I've got a buddy that works at the store. He's holding this for me. I called earlier to double check." That is again one of the things that I'd see. But I don't hold on. I rewatched the movie today. Seeing Optimus Prime is just so sad. They already said that, but yeah. I also love Skybite. I like Vortex. I also like Skybite, and that is fair. There is a fly flying down here in my basement, and it's driving me up the wall. But anyways, so like I said, I can't justify all of that, but I definitely can justify buying one commander class, two Voyager classes, and two deluxe classes. I can justify that, and in that commander class come two figures. So did I already say it? You did, but that is okay. I didn't address it. I was getting ready to address it, but I hadn't gotten to it yet. But that's okay. Gordon the Glowworm. So and Lemon Lime Studios. So that being said, yeah, that's basically the gist of why I can't justify buying all of the combiners and everything of that nature. Devastator is a special case. So Devastator is one of those special cases where it's like you either commit to buying every single one of them, or you don't commit to buying any of them. So, gotta go, man. Have a good night. That is okay. You have a good rest of your night too, Lemon Lime Studios. You get shouted out regardless. You know the rules. You know the rules, that's for sure. So, it's okay. We're only going to have the stream going for so long as we have more than 10 people in the stream. So, oh, wait, Zaga, you're still on here. I thought he left. I said Lemon Lime Studios. So, but anyways, that is okay. Anyways, so to continue off of that, with the combiners, I don't fault the people who do buy them. I don't get upset at the people who do collect them. I think that they are a very interesting breed. I think they're a very interesting breed of collectors, very much so. Specifically because you have to buy so many of them in order to display them all differently. So, like, for example, I can get on board with a couple things, but there's one thing I cannot get on board with, okay? Give me just a moment. Ugh. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. So, yeah, no, like I said, the combiners are a unique breed of collectors. And like I said, I could justify buying them all, but I can't. Like I said, Devastator is a very, very special case because take note, he's the first combiner, A. He's a very unique color. He's a very unique character, and all of the things that come with him are at the very least you can break them all down and turn them into smaller figures, which you can do with the other ones. But my point is that you don't have to have, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for specific on that one, but I do agree. The combiners are definitely unique, and the combiner collectors, particularly, are a unique breed as well. Because take note, and I'm not saying this to be mean or get upset at y'all's, but the thing that frustrates me is when I go to the store and like let's just say this for example, because this guy was in stock at my local Walmart for like 5 minutes, 5 minutes total, and for regular price. So, which Transformer do you like the most that you own first place, second place, and third place? Oh, you are messing with fire because I've got a lot of good figures. And it also depends because I've had some really good figures come through my hands throughout the years as well. So, if we're talking ones that I own specifically in my collection as of this moment, um, man, I gotta say, I think number one is, jeez, I've got a lot of good ones, but man, well, I am selling this guy, but he is currently my number one, so I will show him to you. But I do have the original Age of Extinction Grimlock. Don't worry, it's not brand new. I don't have the he's out loose in here. There's that stupid fly. Get out of here. So I do have that one, but I am selling it because I do need to acquire the Titan Class one because I also have the Age of Extinction Prime as well. So, but I have that one. I also have the Dark of the Moon Megatron as well, so that's pretty good as well. But I think if I have to place in my number one category, uh, you know what? I'm gonna say this as a controversial answer. Um, I'm gonna say I have Studio Series 86 Grimlock. I do like the Dinobots because there's little to no kibble on their backpacks. So I definitely do like those figures. So I gotta say Grimlock is probably number one. My number two spot is this guy, Concept Art Megatron. That one's number two. And third place, oh, there's so many good ones I've got just floating around in the back there. If we're talking in terms of like regular old figures, like first, second, and third, it would be the first one would definitely be um, 86 Grimlock. Second one would be Concept Art Megatron. Third one would be, oh, you know, this one actually might sound controversial, but Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. That's my new current favorite in third category, in the third spot. I love the way that figure was designed. I love the way that it all came out, but nobody seems to like the way that it nobody seems to like it. So, your two favorites are Grimlock and Bumblebee. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, that being said, if you guys are not doing so, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we are rapidly approaching 2,000 subscribers. So please, if you could, that would be great. So don't forget to do it. It's somewhere on down here. So, but anyways, we'll keep the stream going for another 5 minutes, and then we shall end the stream here. We'll have it going for a full hour, and then we shall call it a night. To which, by the way, if you guys haven't done so, are you guys playing Helldivers 2? So, yeah, everyone subscribe. I hope so. I hope people do subscribe too. But if y'all don't know what Helldivers 2 is, it is quite possibly the greatest crossover that Halo has ever crossed over with in history. I personally can see there's a stupid fly. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get this fly. But Helldivers 2 is basically ODSTs in space if ODSTs in space was an actual game without it being stuck on one specific planet. So, yeah. Not to mention, they got different factions, they got different everything else. Not to mention, they also have a Halo 3 ODST War Bond that came out with alongside it. So, I mean, please. I think that's great. So, now I know. Yes, you do. Now you do know. Now you do know. So, hopefully at the end, hopefully later this month, probably towards the end of the month, I'll be acquiring it. So, yeah. I think personally that Helldivers 2 would work perfectly with Transformers. Don't you? Think about this for a minute. They got three different factions of aliens. One of them is like a cyborg virus type deal. One of them is like the Flood, which, if you guys don't know what the Flood is in Halo, then I highly suggest you go check out what that is. But you got ones that are like the Flood, and then you got ones that are like the Covenant. So it's like you got multiple different factions of everything that's going on inside the video game already sitting there. Why not have these guys show up? So, just a thought. So, anyways, we are going to start the outro and ending process for the videos. So please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to check out all the playlists and everything that we've got to or I've got to offer on the channel. We do a lot of cool things. We do live streams at least once a week. So please do not forget to check that out. However, the live stream that we do when we do these two, we will be skipping a week. And when I say these two, I mean we're talking about the last components of Devastator. So please do not forget to subscribe to be informed about that. And please do not forget to always keep paying attention to the community posts, because the community posts are basically where everything gets shown. So please don't forget that. Anyways, this is Thomas Fennel 1 saying, do not forget to subscribe to, and this is where we are going to get into all the people who did comment this evening. So please do not forget to subscribe to Zaga the Animator, Gordon the Glowworm, do not to forget to subscribe to, also Ace the Fisherman, do not forget to subscribe to, as well, Lemon Lime Studios, and please also do not forget to check, hold on, I missed the Widow because I thought that was going to be Friday, not Thursday. It's going to be out Friday. That review is gonna be out Friday, so don't forget to check out the Widow review on Friday. It's gonna be bright and early, so don't forget about that. And the Studio Series Widow review, we unboxed that one last week, so if you do want to check that out, you also got to subscribe as well. So don't forget to check that one out as well. And do not forget to keep yourself notified when we get into these guys. So, anyways, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with a Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, Alexander Rothschild, Sentinel Edits, and what the hell, we'll say him again, Zaga the Animator one more time, just because we can. And do not forget to also subscribe to my homeboy Riveted Reviews and Riveted Railfan. He is a wonderful, wonderful person to deal with in person and in YouTube space. So please do not forget to check all of them out. Anyways, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, once again, do not forget to subscribe for more content, and do not forget to hit that like button. And if you do decide to check out the rest of my stuff, do not forget to leave a comment about what you want to see on the channel. So, yeah. Anyways, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. And yes, I do know Jesus. Don't forget to subscribe, and goodbye.